Hello everyone and welcome back to my The Young and Restless 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Holden and Claire Grace to connect. Phyllis is poisoned. Plus, Chance gets a lead, which prompts Nick and Billy to go on a frantic deliverance charge. Just when Sharon is induced the prisoner wants them to forgive one another, commodity terrible happens. Phyllis is suddenly extremely nauseated and doubles over in pain. That leaves Sharon scrabbling to find out what's wrong. The mysterious prisoner lets Phyllis know that since she doesn't want to play the game, also there's no reason to keep her around. Of course, Sharon isn't going to let Phyllis die. Sharon frenetically solves a mystery and gets Phyllis the cure. Not that Phyllis will appreciate it. That wouldn't be the only peril, however. Throughout the week, the prisoner plays games with Phyllis and Sharon. Each side gets the upper hand at least formally, but what will be the final outgrowth? Over with Chance, he eventually gets a lead on the missing women. Chance shares the intel with Billy and Nick. Of course, this presumably leads to Billy and Nick saving the day. Phyllis made an intriguing comment about how Sharon was awaiting Nick to burst through the door and save the day. Sounds like that just might be. Over with Summer, she sabotages Claire's special night with Kyle. While Claire is all dressed up staying for Kyle, she gets a strong drink at the bar. That's when Holden approaches Claire, so where will this chance meeting lead? As for Alan, he seems to have marriage in mind. Phyllis and Sharon might eventually get out of prison. There could be lasting goods, however. Could the experience also change how Sharon and Phyllis view each other? There are some hints that effects could go sour with Tracy and Alan. Perhaps Jack will worry that Tracy is moving too presto with Alan? There should be some further stunners about Damien. There's also Damien's dynamic with Lily. Damien might not be the bad Joe some suckers suppose, but Holden is starting to concern me. Damien ordered Holden back to Los Angeles. Still, Holden runs into Claire Grace, who's alone at the bar. Could Holden and Claire have a love connection? Does Kyle have competition? Keep reading and let's talk about what could be next in the CBS cleaner pieces. Suckers have watched Claire get near to Kyle the once many months. Now that Claire is no longer Harrison Nurse, she's openly dating Kyle. Summer does beget complications formally in a while. Still, for the utmost part, Claire seems really happy. As for Kyle, he keeps putting down boundaries with Summer, so he must be happy in his love as well. The only person who seems to have an issue with Kyle and Claire is Victor. Over with Damien, he ordered Holden to get back to the services in Los Angeles. Holden didn't feel to like being told what to do. Holden's resentment toward Damien was indeed tasted by Audra, who participated it with Nate. It sounded Holden was planning on doing what Damien ordered. Damien indeed transferred Audra a textbook to say he was about to board his flight. If Holden is about to board an airplane. Back to LA, also what's he doing watching Claire at a bar? Not only does Holden watch Claire, but he decides to broaden his midairs. Also, the exercise clip shows Claire opining to herself about the strong drink. Claire is caught off guard when Holden responds to her comment. Claire would no way cheat on Kyle. Still, Claire might find herself drawn to Holden. Perhaps Claire and Holden will find they've a lot in common. While Holden is supposed to return to LA, he did plan on coming back to Genoa City. Could Holden suddenly forget each about Audra and go after Claire? While Summer wants to get close to Kyle again, he's concentrated on Claire. So, what happens when Claire's attention is torn? Could that make Kyle fight indeed harder to win Claire's heart? Or could Kyle just turn back to his former honey? What might be the ultimate whodunit, and the possible return of a villain who hasn't been seen in a long, long time? This unlawful villainess seems to tick every one of the boxes to be the as yet undisclosed perpetrator who locked Sharon and Phyllis. The recent exit of Ray Wise as Ian Ward from the show's Oil, with a shocking rejuvenation in the reverse of an ambulance. As for his paramour, she appeared to be dead, but she was no way shown in the morgue. Cleaner observers all know what that might mean, but yet these suggestions could be red herrings. Rather, another villainess who hasn't been seen in times might be the Bone. who abducted Sharon and Phyllis, and to Bobble, she was last seen in an internal sanitarium. Plus she's affiliated to the late Heather and could want a crooked vengeance. Sharon and Phyllis have landed in a precarious situation. These two rivals have been kidnapped and now must join forces to survive. As they struggle to break free, observers are left assuming about the architect behind their hijacking. The contemporaneous exposure of Sharon and Phyllis raises eyebrows and ignites propositions. It appears that their abductor has a vendetta against them. Still, and this plotline promises to deliver some jaw-dropping exposures, if it's not Jordan and Ian also who, the pens of YNR are known for their unanticipated twists. The most shocking of all could be the unanticipated return of Patty as the one holding Sharon and Phyllis interned. Patty has a background with both women. She and Sharon were preliminarily cases at Fairview. Likewise, Patty poisoned Phyllis's son Summer to keep her down from Jack. Still, what could her reason be? It might relate to her bastard Heather's death, if Patty is the one who abducted them. Indeed, though Sharon was cleared of any wrongdoing, Patty might still condemn her for Heather's murder. Also, Phyllis was responsible for bringing Heather back from Portugal to reconnect with Daniel. It's been a good numerous times since Paul indeed heard anything of his family, which begs the question if she's either escaped, or is living in the abandoned installation. As for motives, Patty may suppose that if Phyllis had obtruded, Heather would still be alive in Portugal. Heather's death greatly affected Patty's family, Paul, who had a heart attack as a result. Patty's conduct against Sharon and Phyllis could be a form of vengeance for Paul's pain. Is Patty the person behind the recent hijackings, or is there another twist in this thrilling plot? Indicate some major moments as Genoa City kicks off another week. Someone gets stood up, while a character moves in on another's girl, and a schemer fakes an illness? Time to dive in and see what kind of drama will unfold during Monday's show. Claire will get dumped by Kyle. The two had date night plans during the Friday, March 7th show, where Diane agreed to watch Harrison so her son could have some alone time with his girl confidant. With that said, as Kyle was in date night plans with Claire on the phone at Crimson, Summer was hearkening on. Will she do commodity to sabotage their night together? Claire is seen at the GCAC, looking deflated, as she orders a drink. It sounds like Kyle will cancel, for whatever reason, which is a shame as Claire looks as if she put a lot of trouble into her outfit, hair, and makeup. During the clip, Claire takes a belt of her martini, as she mutters that James Bond must be tougher than her. Of course, Holden walks by, noting that he doubts it. Looks like he'll try to flirt with the newest Newman member, so will these two end up getting musketeers? Over to Sharon and Phyllis. Suckers will see them continue to deal with their hijacking situation at the abandoned psychiatric installation. During a YNR exercise clip, it looks as if Phyllis will get a surge of nausea, but is this real or is she conceivably pulling a fake illness to stir the pot? Maybe the mysterious prisoner will worry about Phyllis's health, which could bring on a release or escape. Phyllis is a master manipulator who's hopeless to get out of her current dilemma, so anything is possible. She might not feel well, but what if this is all an act? Also again, there's always a chance that the prisoner has tried to medicine both Phyllis and Sharon, which could bring on an worried stomach, so only time will tell.